Retro Renovations. Do not go away.
Welcome back to Retro Renovations. I'm Peggy, and in here I am going to show you what I have been doing and what I am planning to do for the rest of the day. So I've done all the insulation squares all on this side, including marking out, as you can see, where the windows need to be. And all I need to do now is finish off right down the bottom. So I've stuffed them all, I've had to cut them off, and I've now just got to fill those squares. So once I've done that, then I have some silver backing to go up and act as a vapor barrier. So I'm going to put that all up and then get the silver tape and tape up all the seams. Once that's been done, we will then be able to get our battening, which is this, like this, which is 1 inch thick, to match the 1 inch thickness of this rail, because all the others, like that one, is only ½ inch. So we're going to get that to match. Then once that's done, we'll be able to put 2 of these over the silver bit, one like that, one above, and we'll be able to put our boarding up against it, which will act as our blank canvas walls. So come join us and see how we get on today. Whilst I am doing the insulation in Big Bess, Chloe is with our mechanic, who is going to see if we can get Big Bess running properly, because even though she managed to drive here into our yard that we are working on her in, she was only able to go into first and second gear. So the mechanic is here, fingers crossed we can get her running correctly, and then we can get her through her MOT, because we would like to take her to Camp Quirky 2020. So you'll be able to see her in all her glory there. So stay tuned and join us on this adventure. There we go. The bottom line is now done, which means now I can do the vapor barrier. There we are. One more done. Hasn't been silver taped because I need to put 2 more windows in, which I've left them, I've actually done the gaps for. And then once we've done that, then we will silver tape all the seams and ready for the boarding to go on. So Chloe is now silver taping the battens between the insulation on the floor, so it will be damp proofed, so no condensation. For those who have been watching us on Instagram, know that we've made just a few trips to Wales because we found a caravan breaker, which means we got a few bits for the van. So one of the bits I've managed to get is the bed base on sofa base, because obviously it's a sofa bed, with all the cushions. So I'm now trying with the bed base or the sofa base to see how it would look. And apart from we've now got to put the walls in, which means it will be a tight squeeze, but it means it will fit, I think it'll look quite good. So I'll show you. So here we have, it'll be a corner sofa that goes up and along, and there's a shelf that goes in there, so that would be a proper shelf, and a cupboard, and there's actually a cupboard underneath there. Now as you can see, it does actually go underneath, so there is a drop down bit there, so all that would be storage. This does have this lattice work as well, but I'm just trying it out. So that would also be able to lift up and have storage. Now, because it was a caravan, obviously it went all the way up, but we couldn't fit it into our small car. So we've had to cut it here. But that's an ideal reason. It means we can step up on there and have another shelf just about there. Yeah, about there. that goes all the way across to go up to our storage area, which is where we're going to be storing our clothes. So yeah, I think this will work pretty cool, and it means we've got the unit as well for a shelf for us to sit there in our laptops and maybe watch a bit of Netflix. What do you think of it, Jack? Jackie boy, what do you think? Think it's going to be a nice little bed? So we can all cuddle up at night? Yeah? You're going to cuddle up to me? Yeah, of course you are. So yeah, I quite like it. You'll like it too when it's done. And so I managed to get all the cushions for this as well. Thumbs up. One of the other things we bought from the caravan breaker was the sink, and it's dark brown, so it will match our worktop or unit that we've already got, the old dresser that we're going to use as our kitchen. But what we are going to do is put an extra unit next to it, so the sink will actually be countersunk into that, and then we are going to put an extra piece of wood on top of the unit itself as well, so it doesn't damage that, and have the drainer bit on there so it'll go across, and this way it protects our new dresser unit that we're using for our kitchen. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having most of it done. So I've done, I turn around, the bubble wrap vapor barrier here. It's not silver taped yet, it will be, because we had to use the silver tape on the floor because we've put a 25mm Celotex on the floor, and we've put battenings in between that as well, so we've actually used the silver tape over the battens so we don't have any condensation rise up through that battening. And we've had now screwed down the floor, hence why I've now managed to bring this in for me to have a look to see if it'll go in, which I think it will. After we've done all this and we've done the walls, we've then got the ceiling to do, and at the moment it is the fiberglass. We are going to redo the roof, just give it a good coating of fiberglass to seal up any minor holes. We've seen a couple, but luckily it doesn't leak in here. And then we are going to insulate the roof and then put up a false ceiling above the bathroom and the kitchen area, so we've got extra storage there as well, because we got the advantage of being short asses, so that'd be quite good. But it's going to be full length in the living area. So yeah, busy day, still got lots more to do. Keep watching us on our journey, and we'll catch you on the next one.
If you're wondering where I've been, today we removed the carburettor off of the engine, we checked the fuel lines, we still have issues with the fuel and the points and the electrics and so on, so we're going to try and get some new service parts, and the mechanic has taken away the carburettor to give it a good clean out and refurb. So that's the status of the carburettor and the engine, and I'm just going to flick this around now so Peggy could demonstrate the loose bed.
So Chloe is now stood actually in the bed base and the sofa, or the corner sofa.
There's my feet in the bed base, so I'm stood on what would be that.
So as you can see, it comes in a nice alcove. We've got storage here, so you can open it up and access it from there. Where Chloe is stood, that would be lifting up, so you can actually get the underbed storage there.
Just move my hands on the phone, there you go, sorry for the wobbliness. And you got storage over this corner now.
You got
as well.
storage, yep, storage and shelves in that corner, and that will go right underneath the as well. The best bit is,
so this is an alcove settee at this point.
yeah, and then bearing in mind this is not screwed in at the moment, so it's a bit wobbly. When it's time for bed, you just pull it out, and then you move all your cushions.
Let me move out. Here is Jackie boy. Hello Jackie boy. And there's the new sink. Sorry for the light, I've got a torch in my hand. So that is all of the bed.
Yeah.
Camera's struggling. All of the bed with shelves
Yep.
and a nice end and so on. And then if I don't fall down the hole, there's a hole there.
Careful.
The wood burner will be about where that sink is.
No, wood burner, that shouldn't be about there.
Yeah,
That's the wall.
wall's there. So we got high non-combustible stuff to go there. A box of wood burner in, plus the wood burner will be slightly higher anyway about there.
It will, yeah.
So that's a view of the bed.
Without the cushions. Which
Yeah,
we
the
do
cushions. Yeah.
Have. And this is in the wrong place because that'll go over a bit as well. It's only I've just moved
And there's
it.
a
so-
unit to go in that one,
I've already
which
said
you
that.
picked up, and the kitchen on that one. So thanks for joining us, people. It's starting to take shape.
Yes.
Any comments for the end of the day?
It's tiring. You feel like sometimes you haven't done anything when I've actually done the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's worth it because in the end you're going to get a home on wheels that you're happy to be living in.
That's good. I'm looking forward to the wood burner.
Oh yeah.
And have you shown the people the pit bit?
No.
Excuse the insulation mess. That is the cowling ready for the wood burner. Or should I say ready to go on the roof of the chimney?
For the flue to go through.
For the flue to go through.
Chimney flue.
Yeah. So that's it, people. It's starting to take shape. That looks pretty impressive, doesn't it?
It does. So the only thing I'll do is I've got to finish off this wall, do that wall, and then we've got to put the boarding up on the walls, and then that can be then bolted or screwed in to the walls.
We'll do an update in about 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
See you in a fortnight. Bye.